Yeah.
You are not your posts. Your posts are scary as shit. Your posts are like 1992 Ghetto Boys albums. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to think those early Ghetto Boys albums was
Yeah.
scary as shit. Willie D was terrifying. Bushwick was a fucking sociopath. But
Yes.
then if you meet the guy, it's like
Yeah.
this dude's all right. I can't wait to have a beer with you, bro.
Like, I really get that a lot, bro, from females and everything, bro. Like when I was in Atlanta, I meet some people and shit, and they be like, "Damn, bro, you ain't mean like we thought." I'm like, "Nah, I just think a certain way." So the way I word shit, I'm like the way I word shit. I'm like a lot of people can relate, but at the same time, I word it so fucked up. They be like, "Damn."
Dude, even my homies was up here telling me, bro, you had got a whole new nickname. Your nickname was Shank. And it's one of the type things where I'm just like, yeah, but if you ever meet this dude or see him on the lot, yo, he is very even keeled.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I be
Very
man.
even keeled.
Yeah, I'm open minded and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just my posters don't seem like it. And when motherfuckers meet me and talk to me, they be like, "Damn, this nigga, more intelligent than we thought he was."
Dude, I want to appreciate you for that music history you dropped on me the other day because I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
because my whole life that was Scarface. The dude sound like Scarface though.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's DMG. Oh yeah, that's DMG from St. Paul, Minnesota.
That dude sounded like Scarface, and You Don't Hear Me Though was one of my older brother's favorite songs, man. My brother had a 75 Impala, used to beat the hell out that damn trunk with that shit, and then next
Oh
thing I
yeah,
know,
that's my shit. Call me psychotic, but I'm
I'm
bad.
bad with this yo. Yeah, come on, man. Like it starts off crazy.
Yeah, classic, classic.
Man, but then next thing I know, I got a shuffle on my Apple Music, and I was like, I don't remember Scarface being on that shuffle. I looked, I was like, hold on, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah,
I'm
that's
re-
DMG.
I'm rethinking life at this point. I'm like, so who are my real parents? Where am I really from?
Hey,
I'm really rethinking some shit at this point.
hey, that album right there was slept on. Rigor Mortis by DMG. That's a slept on classic album, low key. Like, get a chance, just listen to it front to back. You'll like it.
Dude, speaking of slept on albums, I was listening to that Raheem earlier this week, man.
Oh,
You should have told me about that whole album. And once again, another
oh,
song came up. This song came up on Apple Music. It was on a playlist called H Town Classics.
yeah.
And I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, I'm listening to that Fifth Ward. I'm like, yo, this shit hard than a bitch. And then
Ghetto
you tell
dope. Fifth
Ghetto
ward.
dude, Fifth Ward. I
Yeah.
was like, yo. And when you told me, like, yo, listen to the whole album and listen to that underground juggling.
Yeah.
I listen to that underground juggling. I'm in the kitchen, goddamn, looking under the sink, like, yo, I'm finna go out there and go ahead and get this stove hot right now, cause that's all you can do when you listen to that goddamn stuff.
Hey, and that shit came out when I was like 9 or 10, bro, and we used to jam that shit faithfully. Like we knew the words front to back and everything.
And that song long in a bitch too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that bitch 7 minutes.
He telling the story, shit.
Oh, and it was certified ghetto
Yeah,
gold off that one, man. Yo,
yeah.
but the red light is on, man. I know people up here looking like, yo, what the hell going on? What is this? I haven't seen this in a while. Goddamn right. But it is still the two-time ATL's hottest DJ, the God DJ Agony, also known as Dr. Dope. Well, my motto is simple. On the building. Big shouts out to everybody that's in here for this surprise pop-up show, man. Yo, my brother had an idea. I have a platform. We're gonna make it happen. It was
Mm,
that easy. It's literally that easy. All you gotta do is just reach out to me. If you got an idea and it's not stupid,
mm,
I got a platform. Come on here
mm.
and holler at me. And my brother thought the same thing, man. Yo, so big shouts out to everybody who's gonna come through, who's here right now, man. Yo, I appreciate y'all for being here. And I like to start the show off because I know y'all hadn't seen me in a while. And we've been kind of going through some things at Team OTB, man. I noticed the restructure. I don't know if y'all noticed the restructuring because that dope logo is still gonna be my logo, but it's all about Team OTB right now. That is the brand and everything comes under that because on the building should just be a way of life. Wherever you walk into a building, that's your space for that moment, and you take over that bit. And then after that, you leave. Anybody else, they can have that bitch. But you know what? You still own the building. You know why? Because even after you left physically, they still talking about what you did when you showed up. So it's really all about owning the building, man. But hey, we still dope, man. We still driven on positive energy. So but the brand and everything you about to see a major switch over. But I'm still keeping these cool ass dope shirts because I mean, come on, man, these shirts are cool. Groove, I got to get you an OTB shirt too, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Let me know your favorite color combo, and then we go get that working, man. Speaking of shirts, man, big shouts out to your man's though. Your man's Josiah, aka Crown, aka Wolf. That boy got 15 different names and 17 different pages. But yo, he is the one that's been keeping these shirts laced for like the past few months, man. He's been keeping me broke too. I'd like for y'all to let him know. Please stop hitting me up around the first time I got a new idea. At least hit me on the eighth after I done paid rent, G. But yo, he is a beast at what he does. If y'all need shirts made or whatever, look up God, what is his name on Facebook? It's like Josiah something something something.
Oh, you talking about Josiah Edwin
Yeah, Josiah Edwin. Look him up on Facebook if y'all
or
need
Ansel Crown?
Ansel Crown, man. Look him up on Facebook if you need anything made as far as shirts goes, hoodies, crop tops. Hell, my man was doing Letterman jackets at one time. If you
Yeah, he
need
doing
any,
everything.
if you need any of that made, please hit this guy up, man. Also hit up my boy Jason at 710 Print Shop. He's the one that made the original dope shirts. Jason Brown at 710 Print Shop. Yo, he's still hooking shit up right now to this day. But yeah, I mean, I got a lot of people that do a lot of things, man. Before we kick into this interview and before I introduce my guest, who's really not a guest, he's family, he's dope home. At this point, you've been here long enough, bro. If you want something to drink, you know where the kitchen is. I ain't bringing you a glass no more. You've been here enough. You know
Most
where the kitchen is,
definitely.
bro. Hey, go in there, get you some, man. Matter of fact, while you in there, bring me some back. But yo, I want to give a big shouts out. Most matter of fact, from here on out, every show or every live I do will be dedicated to the life of Larry Hodges. I don't want to say the memory because I mean, yeah, we think about him in the past tense now, but yo, I think about the life of Larry Hodges. You know what I'm saying? And he sat and shared this screen with me on many of occasions. We've shared platforms together in person, kick good shit at many places, and you know that will be his absence will forever be a loss. So from here on out, every live I do will be dedicated to the life of Larry Hodges because that's still my brother. That's still Team OTB, and that's still a dope family right there. So big shots out and remembrance of him. But this gentleman right here to my left needs no introduction. But for the people who have been hiding under a rock or have been hiding behind sub posts, introduce yourself, brother. Tell these folks who you is, brother.
Hey, what's up, y'all, man? I'm Black Shaan Groove, man, straight out of Houston, Texas, man. What's up, fam? Appreciate DJ Agony for having me on the platform once again.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Yo, so my brother came to me with and he came to me about a few months ago. This conversation started about some dudes giving some history on gangs or whatever. But the way it started was that it wasn't necessarily right and exact. And I reached out to you, was like, yo, this any good? And he was like, hell nah, we should do a show on this. And I said, you know what? Between the two of us, you're the expert. So you know what? I will let you get on here and like really just give us the history on this. But first, you know, my first question is, I mean, and mind you, we're gonna keep everything safe because you know,
Yeah,
this is a media platform.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, right. So my first question is, you know, where you from with it?
Shit, I'm from Houston, from the south side of Houston, Texas, third neighborhood called Third Ward. A lot of people outside of the state have heard of, through songs and shit like that. But we're known as of lately, we're known as the home of George Floyd, who was unfortunately killed by the police a few years ago. We known from a few rappers, and we also known to be like the main neighborhood in Houston that has all the syrup, all the drink, all the lean.
Yes, sir. Can't forget that, sir. But yo, so we get into the science of gangs, man, and it's one of those type things. It's a lot of history that gets lost and a lot of media influence that kind of pushes the narrative in a different direction.
Yeah.
Because you know, from my knowledge and my studies on gangs started off as like community activist movements, community service. You know what I'm saying? It was more so they picked up where the Panthers left off.
Well, kind of in a sense, and this is a misunderstanding people get. A lot of
Okay.
people they'll hear OGs say something like Crips come from the Black Panthers or something like that, which they did in a way, but not in the way they think. The way that it came from the Black Panthers is when the government shut down the Panthers and did all that bullshit to the Panthers and shut them down, that left a
Mm-hmm.
void in the black community because up
Mm-hmm.
until then, the black community had direction. You had, you know what I'm saying? You had the Panthers and community activists showing, doing things for the black community, feeding the kids, activities and shit like that. And once that was wiped out, there was a void, and there was
Mm-hmm.
nothing left to do. So younger guys got together and started gang banging. And that's what they mean when it comes from the Black Panther Party. It comes from the void of not having a Black Panther Party around no more.
Mm. So I mean, from what I got from it, like I said, they were more on community service until the '80s when crack hit.
Well, you had certain hoods that were like that, but for the most part, when Raymond Washington, from my understanding, when Raymond Washington started the Crips
Mm-hmm.
on the east side, and then he got with Tookie, it was really to fight. It was really to fight other gangs that were coming and bullying them and shit like that. So they got together and started their own gang, but they didn't know that they will actually overwhelm everybody like that.
Did not true because I mean nobody saw that coming,
Yeah,
including them.
yeah.
But at what point did how do you say protecting the neighborhood turn into criminal enterprises?
See, personally, I couldn't just pinpoint it exactly because as I say, I'm not from LA or whatever. I got a lot of LA ties, and I've been there a few times and shit with the homies. But from my understanding, from the history that I was given, it really started when, okay, back in the day, Crips used to rob for trench coats, for long leather coats and shit back in the day in LA. And they
Mm-hmm.
robbed a dude named Robert Ballou, and they stomped him and beat him to death. And that was the first gang related killing there was. And after that, that's when it started escalating. But it got the worst when crack hit the community. That's when it got the worst because you had guys fighting for power, money, position, whatever.
I love it. I love it. Okay, you back groove. Oh, yeah, he
Yeah,
moving.
yeah.
Okay, so he here with me. Okay, it's been a minute. Maybe we gotta hit the thing two side on the side like Fred Sanford TV or whatever. But yeah, we back. So that was that the incident after the concert?
Yes, I believe so. I believe it was. It was at the LA. I want to say it was the LA Coliseum. I want to say it. Now, if I'm wrong, people correct me. I'm not quoting this, but I believe it was like after a concert right outside the LA Coliseum, and they took the dude's coat and beat him up and stomped him to death.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So when did you notice that Crippin had hit Texas?
Around when I was about, I say about 8ish or 9ish, going to school, going to middle school and stuff like that, because there was one point in my life where I moved out of third ward for about 2 years, and I was still on the southeast side of Houston, but I was out of third ward and just hanging with my homies and shit. And top of that, watching the movie Colors, I got another understanding of it. And then I had a cousin that lived in LA, so he basically explained to me what it was or whatever. But I got involved in it by being around Mexican 9.
Uh-oh. Okay. I hope he back. Like he ain't moving. Damn it. This is a good one too. Damn it, this is a good one. And we freezing. Up. Hey y'all, it's time to donate to the dope need a new computer fund. I will be passing out the
In
cash
middle
app
school and
and
shit, those from other gangs and
damn, he actually said a lot too right now. And it's freezing like hell. Mm-mm. This sucks. Like truthfully, it just froze. Yo, that shit is crazy. All right, anybody
Shit,
in the
shit.
chat, let me know if y'all can still hear me at least.
Like, damn, damn. Can you hear me?
Okay, you had froze for a sec, like the screen's froze, but now I can actually hear your voice. And so I missed the bulk of that. I think the last thing we got, truthfully, is is frozen on his end as well. You're fine. Well, shit, he the one got the information. Is it frozen on his end as well? Groove, can you see me? Am I moving? Damn, we have truly frozen. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna disconnect and then I'm gonna bring you back into the room. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. I gotta do the oh, there you go. Okay, he's out. Now we're gonna bring him back in. Gotta do a little backdoor stuff in the house. And hopefully we get the technical parts right, man. Like I said, it's been since December 4th since I did this. Oh, I got tech support out here. Cut his Wi-Fi off and use cellular data. Hey, free nights and weekends. Big shouts out to Didi in the building. What's going on with you, shout? I ain't seen you in a long time, man. I ain't heard you in a while. Where you been at? But yeah, so on to just some unrelated stuff, man. Yo, like I said, merchandise is coming soon. Like I said, we got summertime's coming. So what I'm trying to do is trying to find sweatshirts. Well, not sweatshirts. Like cut off hoodies and short sets. Yeah, like it's gonna be a OTB summer, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's merchandise. That's what I'm pushing for. Oh, there you go. Like we back.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, that was my bad, man. My phone be freezing up because I got so much shit on it.
Yeah, man, you back on those. So, okay, I hate to ask you to repeat all this, but dead serious, like the last thing we got was when you said Crippin hit Houston about when you were about 8 or 9, and go from there.
Okay, yeah, it hit about 8 or 9 because like I say, I was for about a 2 year period. I moved out of Third Ward, but I was still in the southeast side of Houston though, and I was around the Mexicans. And as we know, the Mexicans, they gang bang
Hard.
for real. So yeah, I was just around the Mexicans, and we were claiming southeast Crips and shit, jumping niggas at school and shit, just shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really officially jumped in. I just was around them all the time and did everything with them.
Okay, affiliated. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Either he
at that
froze or
time, yeah.
I'm about to say either he froze or he really didn't like that answer. but yeah, man. So what I mean, I guess after being affiliated for so long, it's like you might as well go ahead and pull the trigger and go ahead and just jump in, right?
Well, it was a little bit more complicated than that. It was after I turned about 10 to now after I turned about 11, we had upgraded from Southeast Crips to Five Deuce Hoover Gangster Crips because the niggas from LA was down here like Freeway Ricky Ross. Like people don't know Freeway Ricky Ross is from Hoover, but he never banged. But all his
Mm-hmm.
homeboys he grew up with, they banged.
Mm. That's a good piece of history right there, though. And it froze. Damn it. Yo, Groove, if you're in there, well, damn, we gonna figure this shit out, y'all. I promise you. Because like I said, it's a good piece of history that's going on right now.
because as
And
people know, you get the
oh,
biggest
there
profit
we go.
margin.
Damn it. Damn it. He was back and then he left. Yo, he gonna hit the. I'm gonna send the invite again. He gonna come back in, y'all, because like I said, there's a lot of layers to this. And there's a lot of layers to this that I want to go ahead and unlock and you know what I'm saying, reveal to y'all because there's a lot of insider stuff that the average person just don't get to. You know what I'm saying? I got my boy Jay Scott in the building. Boy Scoot, what up, boy? Hey, trying to get Shank back in here, man. We having technical issues, man. He was in, he was out, he's back in. You know, one of the things I think that got me on Jones, they made that last Windows update free. My shit ain't really worked right since then, man. So, yo, if you got Windows 10, do not. If you don't have the hardware for it, do not get 11. I think that might have a lot to do with why I have so many issues with this shit, man. And but you know, it is what it is, man. We're gonna figure shit out, and or we're gonna go buy a computer soon. And this one will be a really, really, really nice paperweight. Yeah, because this shit sucks, man. I mean, I really hate the fact that you know what I'm saying. My shows aren't where they should be. But my people in the chat, yo, fuck with me, man, because I ain't heard from y'all asses in a minute. Y'all holler at me, man. Ask me, yo, what's going on with y'all? Somebody tell me what's going on with y'all. I want to know what y'all doing. What's happening? I know I got folks in the chat, man. I see the number up there. I see the number. So y'all in here. Go ahead and holler at me, man. What y'all got going on, man? Somebody tell me something good. Tell me a joke. Shit. I don't know. Whatever. Ain't nobody got no jokes. That shit crazy, man. Yo, hey, Max Mode is coming up, man. For all my people who are gamers who used to go to final round back in the day, yo, Max Mode is here. It's supposed to be the new final round or whatever. So we're gonna see how that plays out. But yo, okay, he about to reset his phone and come back. Cool, cool, cool. I'll just sit here and kick good shit with y'all, man. So yeah, for all my fighting game competitors, if y'all think y'all got game and y'all want to come out there and get your asses handed to you, man, yo, come to Max Mode, man. It's in like 2 weeks. I think it's March 22nd, actually. The weekend of March 22nd. I think like 22nd through the 25th or something. So come out there, kick good shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, do that shit. Windows 11. Not the goddamn rim shot. Yeah, fuck Windows 11, man. That shit. I've been having problems with that ever since, man. It's just like you know what? Maybe every free upgrade isn't a good upgrade. So, yo, for my people that's running Windows 10, keep that shit. I got my boy Groove back in the building, man. Hey, Groove, I was just telling the
Damn.
people if you got Windows 10, keep that shit. Windows 11 has been a headache ever since I got it. So going back, you said y'all had upgraded to five
Oh,
dudes.
okay, yeah, we had upgraded to five dudes who were gangster crips because, like I say, if people know and pay attention, Freeway Ricky Ross, the famous drug dealer, is from Hoover, but he don't bang. He just was from there, but his homeboys bang. So when
Mhm.
he started coming to Texas back in the day, because anybody that knows a drug game, knows a drug market, knows that Texas is a place is the place where you're gonna get the biggest profit margin and the cheapest dope. You're gonna make the most money here. Everybody around the United States knows that.
I
So the
mean,
niggas was coming
you
down.
got Mexico on one side and you got the Gulf on the other side.
Exactly. And so when he was coming down here with his homeboys and shit, first they hit Fort Worth. I'm not gonna lie, Fort Worth, the small town of Fort Worth, is the first city in Texas to catch the gangbang wave. Then it was Dallas
Mm.
because it's right next to it. And then it
Yeah,
trickled down to Houston.
the DFW area.
Yeah.
So and so that's what I'm saying. So when it hit Houston, it actually came from LA.
Yeah, it actually came from there. Like you got a lot of places where dudes acclaim gangs, but nobody from LA really came and planted their seed. They just know somebody that might be in a gang and they'll bring their gang there or some shit like that. Like Houston really had got the seeds planted from LA.
I mean, you know, when we talk about big cities in the South, particularly like big black cities in the South, like Houston definitely comes up on that list next to Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely, definitely, man. So, I mean, in just the history, so that's really given the history of Crippin where you're from. So, what is how I would say this? What is your history and like what really just made me like, you know what? this is where I'm at with it.
Well, shit, just like I say, just kicking it with homeboys and shit. And then I started meeting as it came down to Houston. I started meeting more cats. Like I met my big homie, which is OG Jimbo. He got locked up literally a year later after they put me down. He got locked up for a triple murder, but that's my OG. I met him. I met another homie named OG Ren down here, who everybody who's real known. He's in. He just got put in the feds about 7, 8 months ago because the feds was watching. You know what I'm saying? And he got organized crime on him from the gangbang shit. And shit, just meeting homies like that. You know what I'm saying? And shit, one day just out chilling at the park and shit. You know what I'm saying? And one of my homies was just like, nigga, you always around us. Nigga, won't you gonna take this 52 seconds? And I was like, man, I don't know. And he must give me a choice. Nigga just hit me in my mouth. And we started squabbling there. You know what I'm saying? I took my 52 seconds, started fighting two homies right there on the spot. And there it was.
And how old you was when this happened?
I was 12. I just made 12. I just made 12 years old.
Mm,
But
mm.
but the thing is, I mean, another thing people get misconstrued is like, I mean, there are a lot of people that join gangs for protection or for backup or whatever. But mainly the main reason is, and even though I don't like Charleston White, he said this on the podcast before he started all the ignorant shit back in the day. Before he started saying all the ignorant shit, he was on a podcast. I mean, he was on a documentary called Murder Worth, and they were talking about Fort Worth gang banging, and he said it out his own mouth. He said the ones of us who joined gangs that come from the 80s that joined gangs were us who had dope fiend parents, and he basically told the truth. Because my mother, she was on. God bless my mama's soul. I love her to death. My mother was on drugs all my life, and my dad was on drugs most of my life. So it's like
Mm.
I was a child out there by himself, basically looking for love, basically looking for some family type shit, and there it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then one thing that I noticed just through my years of working in the schools, middle schools are breeding grounds.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
usually when it hits. So you say 12, that means you were like seventh grade.
Well, I was about to be in seventh grade. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Middle schools are breeding grounds. Like, I mean, I remember, and I was just having this conversation recently that, I had left this particular school, went and taught at a high school, and I came back, and everybody at the school claiming they GDs now. And I'm just like, when did this happen?
that shit crazy, man. That shit crazy, and I'm not gonna lie. And people used to kind of take it offensive. When I was living in Atlanta, I used to tell dudes all the time, like, bro, to me, Atlanta ain't never really been no gang bang city. You know what I'm saying? And they get it twisted with me saying it's not real niggas down there. There's plenty of real niggas down there, head busters. You know what I'm saying? But I was saying what I was saying was, as far as Atlanta goes, the gang banging is not all the way up to par like it's supposed to be. But it is some head busters out there, and I know it is because it is everywhere. But I'm talking as far
Mhm.
as the gangs and shit. A lot of that shit was made up sets. And you know what I'm saying? And niggas putting their own laws and shit to the shit. And I'm like, wow, this shit crazy.
Because here's the thing, though, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Me being born and raised in Atlanta, I had to agree with you. Atlanta was really about where you was from in terms of where you was from the east side, west side, south side. It wasn't until the Migos came out that anybody cared about the north side. And truthfully, we still don't. If you from
Yeah, I
Atlanta,
know. I
hey, if
know.
you from Atlanta, you ain't fucking with Gwinnett
I,
County.
I know. I know. I know y'all don't fuck with Norcross like that.
But for real, it was about what side you from, what zone you was from. Like east side, that was zone 6. You know what I'm saying? West side was zone 1, and then the way it went, if you go from east side and then kind of went in a swoop down through the south to the west,
Yeah.
that's where the zones came from. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what one is all the way west side, 6 is all the way east side, and then in between you got south side, southwest, and all that. The
Yeah. 'Cause I
same
remember. I
thing.
remember. I remember when I was down there. Big Bang Black was throwing zone 6 day and all this shit.
Yeah, yeah, Big Bang Black. He from Decatur. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He east side all day, East Atlanta. But
Yeah.
the gang culture, the word I was thinking about when you was explaining that, it's not organic here. It's like motherfuckers moved here and brought their culture with them, and then they caught motherfuckers who was already from here and was just like, hey, well, shit, the homie down here, he from LA or he from Chicago or whatever. I'm gonna be on what he on. But it's not an organic culture here as like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's still just this unwritten shit between east side, west side, southwest side, and then south
Yeah.
side. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what Atlanta was about. Like SWATs was over here. SWATs wasn't fucking with the West Side like that. East Side wasn't fucking with none of them niggas like that. And the South Side did their own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's one of those things too that I even seen this about, particularly with Houston. It even bled over into the style, like how Third Ward and Fifth Ward got their own styles of how they do shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
East Side was like that, man. East Side was just kind of like the clean dudes that's gonna holler at girls, and West Side niggas was some dirty ass niggas that punch girls. I'm
yeah.
sorry, I'm so East Side that I'm still biased.
That's like me. I'm pretty sure you've seen something on this shit or heard something before, but like in Houston for a long time, for like 15 years, the North Side and South Side didn't like each other. You know what I'm saying? So it was basically like the same shit. The North Side was known for there was grimy, dirty niggas, but there was some killers. But the South Side was known for being player niggas, spiffy. We had all the hoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
So the South Side sound like the East Side.
Basically, like the yeah, just put it like this: if you're riding down Scott, you're basically riding down uh the what's that street?
Memorial Drive.
Nah, if I'm on the freeway after I pass up Moreland, Boulder Crest. If you're riding down Scott, you're riding down Boulder Crest.
Hey, you know what? I went to high school on Boulder Crest. I so get it.
so that's exactly what I'm saying. When I ride down Boulder Crest, it feel like I'm riding down Scott in Houston.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So I mean the thing is though, okay. So 12 years old, you in. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no
Yeah.
way around it. One of my biggest questions to you was this is a Hoover set. To my knowledge, Hoover's always wore black. I
No,
see
no,
you
no,
I
no,
see you
no,
rock
no.
orange.
No, we always identify with okay, Hoovers were always that own thing. Now we had a separate entity right before us called the Hoover Groovers, but they were like old school hustling niggas. How Hoovers became Crips was someone was killed, we were blamed for it. We let them know we didn't do it, but we'll help them find the person who did it. We helped them find the person that did it. And after that, Hoover started identifying under Crips. But in the late 80s, we started getting to it with so many Crips. We had so many wars with Crips because the 8-Trade gangsters versus the Rolling 60s basically split up all the sets to two cards. Got the Deuce
Mm,
card, which is the neighborhood card, and you got the Trade card. That's the gangster Crip card. And you know, the
mm,
Deuce card, the neighborhood card is all the Rollins, Rolling, everything they claim neighborhood, Rolling 60s, 30s, 40s, 90s, 100s, neighborhood Crips, underground Crips, Main Street Mafia Crips, all that's the Deuce card. The Trade card was 8-Trade gangster Crips, all the Hoovers, the Broadway gangster Crips. That's where your boy G Perico is from.
right.
Broadway gangster Crip shit like this. So it's like it split the shit in half. So when the 8-Trade started beefing with the Rolling 60s, it split it in half because we aligned up under the gangsters. So that's what split the shit up. And since we were having so many beefs with so many Crips, with so many other Crip sets, we're like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We just fit to be about this criminal shit. You know what I'm saying? So we rep Hoover criminal. The only Hoover set that still Crips is my set, 5 Dukes. We still Hoover gangster Crips, but the rest of them are just straight Hoover criminals. But 5 Dukes, we still put Hoover first. You know what I'm saying? We still put Hoover before anything.
Out of respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why orange? Like
Oh,
where did the
well,
separating of the colors come in?
because I mean to be real truthful with you, from the knowledge I gained from my big homies and shit. To be truthful with you, we're trying to find a way to identify ourselves from other Crips because we had got away from the Crip moniker. You know what I'm saying? And so, of course, the
Mm,
Astro shit, it had the big H on it. It had the navy blue like we wore, and it had the orange. So we just added the orange to our attire because because of the Astro shit.
okay. I mean, makes sense. Makes
Yeah,
sense. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, y'all, it's not about some deep philosophical answer. It might just be like, we in Houston and the Astros are here.
yeah.
Makes
Well, but
sense.
even in LA, they adopted the Astro shit first because it had the H on it.
Right. But my thing is though, even with the Astros, though, the Astros logo is a H on a 5-point star.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing too. See, that 5-point star and 6-point star shit, that Chicago shit. That's what a lot of people get it twisted too, because you got niggas in other states they claim Crips but claim 6-point stars and shit. Like I was watching a documentary this morning. They're talking about some Crips in Detroit right under the 6-point star. I'm like, what the fuck? But that's Chicago shit. The only blood
Mm.
set that really rides under the five, because blood sets really don't ride under the 5 point star, bro. It's only one blood set, and that's called the Black Keystone Jungle Bloods. The same hood where Denzel Washington lived at on Training Day. That's
Yeah, the
BP.
jungle.
Yeah, that's BPS hood. Now, an OG named T. Rogers that passed away about a year and a half ago. You know
Really?
who
I
T.
never knew that. T. Rogers was in the Waka Flocka video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That he the one
That's
that
why.
gave he
That's
gave
why I
Denzel the
always.
pass to come through the jungle.
That's why I always out of all the niggas that claim gangs in Atlanta, as far as gang wise, that's why I always respected Walker because I'm like at least Walker really got put down in South Central. He really got put on. You know what I'm saying? He really got blessed. You know what I'm saying? But the
Mm-hmm.
rest of them, it's like a lot of them didn't. But when
Mm.
T Rogers is really from Chicago and he was a Black Peace Stone Nation. When he
Fact.
moved to LA, he came back to Chicago and asked permission to start a Peace Stone Nation in LA. And he started a Peace Stone Nation in LA that adopted the blood moniker. You know what I'm saying? And they the only ones that ride up under the five, bro. They're the only ones. Like far as our H being inside the 5 point star and shit, we don't care. We don't care about the stars. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't our thing.
Interesting. I mean, that's a big piece of it's a big piece of knowledge right there. I had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. That's deep. That's deep. Okay, so the 90s. Because I know no matter where you were in the country, the 90s were a turbulent time, particularly for gangbanging.
Yep.
Where were
And
you
gang banging and drug dealing.
gang banging and drug dealing, man? I remember my first introduction. It's like you said, watching Colors, and I watched Colors. It was just a movie to me. I didn't get the depth of it
Mm-hmm.
until about I want to say maybe fourth or fifth grade. I saw Banging in Little Rock,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that had me like I'm a little kid. I'm like, oh shit, this is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Colors is real.
Yeah. And see,
So
and I tell a lot of people like, because I had one of my ex girlfriends in Atlanta ask me, "Where does your hatred come from for other gangs?" Because I got into it with somebody at the club that was throwing up another gang and shit. 'Cause I still hadn't got used to Atlanta yet. And in Houston, it used to be real rare for Bloods and Crips or niggas from different gangs to be in the same club together. It'll be real rare because it'd always be some shit. But in Atlanta, I'm seeing, on one side niggas throwing up GD, or other side niggas Sue Whoop, and what I'm saying, on this side I see some niggas throwing up neighborhood and shit. So it's like tripping me out and shit. So I got into it with one little dude who threw a red rag in my face. I don't think he's trying to set trip intentionally, but no, me being fresh out of Houston and only in Atlanta for like 60 days, and I still had the Houston game bang mentality. I done slapped the nigga hand and pushed the nigga and all that shit there. So my girl asked me, she was like, "Can I ask you a question? Where does the hatred for another black man as deep as y'all have come from?" And I told her, I say, really, basically, to be real truthful with you, I say different things. But the thing with me that started the hatred is I literally seen when I was 12, I was on my bike. I literally seen my homeboy on the next street get shotgunned down, you know what I'm saying, by some enemies, you know what I'm saying? And I seen it about to happen, and I'm trying to yell his name, and I can't get to him fast enough. And I'm still yelling his name, and he can't hear me. And this car pulls up behind him while he on his bike and shotgun him down. That's what started my hatred. Like, man, fuck these niggas. Every chance I get, I'm gonna put one of these niggas on a t-shirt. That's what started my hatred.
and it's crazy because we talking about a 12-year-old hitting a drive-by.
Yep,
Intentional.
yep,
So yeah, something like that will stick with you though.
yeah, yeah, most
Something
definitely.
like that will stick with you. And something like that will stick with you for life because we talking about, what I'm saying? Clearly it's been years, if not decades, since that happened. But yet you talk about it, it sounds like it's still fresh in your memory.
Yeah, that shit still. I mean, I still think about it a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I
It
mean,
still
and
pops
that's
in my
that's deep, but that's
yeah.
real though.
It still pops in my head at times. It still fucks with me sometimes because it was like the first. I mean, it wasn't the first time I seen somebody get shot because I'm from Third Ward and it's real bad there. But that was the first time somebody like that meant something to me that I actually seen them get gunned down in my face. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't it didn't make me sad like I thought it would be. It made me angry. You know what I'm saying? It made me like on some hateful shit. Like, man, fuck these niggas. Like I said, every chance I get, I'm gonna put one of these niggas on a t-shirt.
That's real. That's real. And that's a lot to digest at 12 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Especially
know what
with
I'm
the shit I
saying?
was going through, with the shit I was going through with mother and father being on drugs and not being able to eat like I want to every day. I used to have to steal out of stores to eat and shit like that. Then on top of that, to act to compound all that, you put my homeboy getting killed in front of me right on top of the shit.
Mm, that's a lot. That's a lot for just anybody to digest. But we talking about 12 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
12 years old, that's real, man. So let me ask you this: with you being from a different generation of this here, do you notice any differences or any diluting of what's going on out here now versus what you came up through?
Yeah, I know there's a lot of shit going on. First of all, nowadays, a lot of these little niggas ain't really down with the sets or getting put down like they're supposed to. They just see other niggas claiming it and they start throwing it up and throwing up the rags, and all of a sudden they're that set without no history, no putting in work or none of that shit. That now I'm not saying violence is cool or whatever, but you know when it comes to game banging, you supposed to put in some work and show your worth. You got niggas doing that shit now. You got niggas like we were talking about earlier claiming stars and shit, 5 and 6 point stars and shit. You got on the cool, to be truthful too, you got a lot of OGs who didn't lead a lot of the little homies right. Either because
Mm,
either because they didn't want to, or some got strung out, or some went to the pen. But that's a big problem too. The big homies didn't pass on enough to the little homies to show them something. Because I remember when I was growing up, if we got caught skipping school by our big homies and shit, them niggas would fold us up, beat us up, and make us go to school. Nowadays, you got the big homies, they let the little niggas skip school and sell crack with them in the house. I'm like, man, that ain't no player shit. That ain't no cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it
mm.
just little shit like that. Then on top of that, a lot of social media shit, bro. Like a lot of shit gets exposed on so far as the game. Well, I done seen game members get on Facebook and be like, yo, yeah, we just slid on them niggas on so and so. Niggas won't fuck with us no more. I'm like, what part of the game is that? You ain't supposed to tell. You ain't supposed to tell you just did this, bro. Like shit like that.
Nah, the way I got it, gangsters move in silence.
Yeah.
I got my LF in the building. What's happening with you? Yo, hey, it's been a minute, man, but I think I'm back. I think I'm back. Appreciate you stopping through and checking me out, man. Yo, that is probably the biggest OTB dope supporter to breathe oxygen right there. My
Salute you,
LF is in the
salute you,
building.
salute, mama. Even though I'm a Houston Texan, salute you.
Hey, we cowboys over here, dog. I know you see the blanket. It's
Yeah, I
real.
see. I see.
But yeah, man, and that is crazy though. Like, I mean, but you bring up social media because with the advent of social media, one of the things that you said earlier with the big homies not being there to check shit for different reasons. Because another thing that you kind of left out, some of the big homies just go home.
Yeah,
They'll,
yeah. That's
they'll
that's true.
they,
That's
they
true.
will they will go to a, what I'm saying, probably done did time in the pen. I don't even want to touch that no more.
Yeah,
And they
we got
will
a lot of big homies that done did that, and I salute that. I salute that.
absolutely, because that should be the goal at the end of the day anyway. But at the same time, you kind of leave this void, like you said earlier. They leave a void back there to where anybody could do anything and it goes unchecked.
Yep,
So
that's
with
true.
with that being said, social media allowed nobody's to be somebody's, lames to be cool. It's like anybody could be anybody they want to on a social media platform. So the dude that was probably running from ass whoopers when he was, what I'm saying, in high school can now be the biggest, baddest gangster
I
on
see it.
social media.
I see it every day. It's like 2 or 3 niggas that's my Facebook friends. I just be looking at their posts like, I know you in real life, right?
If I could get $1 for every time I've said I know you, you gotta know I know you in real life. You know how rich I would be right now? We would have studio lights. This would look like the Oprah show. I would be so goddamn rich. I know you in real life, right?
I'm talking about these niggas. I'm talking about these niggas. I'm talking about this shit. Them gave niggas with no voice a voice.
A big voice at that.
Yep.
A big voice at that. And that's crazy. That's crazy. So the diluting it and the tampering with is there because really what it sounds like nobody's there to check it.
Yeah. Nobody really there to just check it or get on it. Or if you got a few big homies that still on that mental note, and they'll check the little homies, but the little homies ain't listening no more nowadays. Because if you just to be real truthful with you, nowadays the little homies is having more money than the big homies now. So niggas looking at it like you ain't got more money than me. Fuck you. I ain't listening to you. When
Hmm.
really, when really, it ain't all about money. You know what I'm saying? You can learn something from the brokest motherfucker.
Facts. Facts. Big facts. I'm talking about it used to get so many jewels from this little store on Gresham Road. Hey, young blood, just run in. I got man, look, I got $5, young blood. Just run in and grab me something right quick, man. Little Chinese man trimming back there. Go in, grab him a couple of, you know what I'm saying? Either get him a bottle of MD 2020 or something. And he always got a jewel for me when I come out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Always. Like it never fails. So you can learn something from anybody. You can either learn two things. They always said what to do and what not to do. You know what I'm
yep,
saying?
yep,
And so that's one of the things too. Like you said, the OGs was there to be like, you know what, you skipping school, take your ass to school. Because
yeah,
truthfully, what I always got from the big homies was that that's where we need you anyway. We don't need you in the streets. The ones in the streets, they're already in the streets.
yeah.
But we need you in school. Doctors,
Exactly.
lawyers, plumbers. We need y'all there.
Exactly. See, that's the type of shit I be talking about sometimes because I be like, okay, for us that's already in the streets or whatever, our life already, you know what I'm saying, to deal with it do. Now you little niggas got a chance to be something bigger and better than us. You niggas got a chance to be something bigger and come back and help us the legal way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I told niggas years ago, I'm like, bro, I would love to look on TV one day and see a corporation that one of our homies done started it. You know what I'm saying? Like we can be like, man, that nigga, that's one of my grooves right there, nigga that just started this shit. Yeah, that's his company, my nigga. He gonna come hire some homies. You know what I'm saying? I love to see some shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, and that's real though. That's definitely
Yep.
real. Like, and truthfully, that's what dudes our age should want for the next generation. Yo, do better than we did.
Exactly.
Do
See, I
better
got
than
little
we did.
homies. I got little homies that I'll try to tell not to do certain shit, and the main thing them niggas would say was, "Nigga, when we was growing up, you and so was doing the same shit." And I'd be like, "Bro, y'all just seen the cars and the hoes and you know what I'm saying, and the money we was having. Y'all didn't see when I was sitting in that cell getting letters from, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers missing me and shit. You motherfuckers wasn't seeing when I was sitting in that cell, couldn't make store and hungry, waiting for 3 o'clock in the morning to go to breakfast because I ain't ate since 6 o'clock the previous evening. Like y'all didn't see that shit. Y'all just seen the glamorous shit."
Mm. And I'm telling you, that penitentiary life is the game changer. That's a life changing experience. You know what I'm
Man.
saying?
And I hate like I tell people, I'm like, yeah, I've been in prison 4 times, but I hate it. Like I hate it. I'm so I get sick. Every like the last 2 times I went back was on some bullshit, and I swear both times, the whole time I was there, I was so fucking pissed at myself because I was like, man, fuck, man, I'm putting myself through this bullshit again.
Mm. And see, we were in contact the last time you went. I didn't know that's where you were. I
Yeah,
remember it was you were going to go see about your moms or whatnot, and then you went off the grid. And I'm thinking like, okay, my man just out here. You know what I'm saying? He's just dealing with the past. I mean, because you lose a mom, like it's a loss like no other.
man, that shit hurt.
It's a loss like no other. So when you pop back up, my first question is, yo, how you feeling about losing your mom? He was like, man, I just did goddamn 3 months. I was like, oh shit. Like,
Yep,
well,
the same morning the same day she died. She died that morning. I was in Nashville working. If you remember, I was in Tennessee working.
mm-hmm.
She died 8:30 that morning. I got on the road. I got my oil change and everything. Got on the road at 9. Got down here to Houston. Got 30 minutes outside of Houston at about 7:30 that evening. And like literally, while my sister texted me and said, "Where you at? We waiting for you." Literally, as soon as she said that, lights flashed behind me. I was like, "Man, fuck."
Outstanding warrant.
Misdemeanors.
God damn it.
Misdemeanors. Couldn't tell my mama about nothing, bro. Sitting in that jailhouse, pissed off as fuck,
That's wild.
hurting,
That
hurting.
and that's got to be a hurtful feeling. Like that's got to be something. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should have to carry.
Yeah, that shit hurt.
Nobody should have to carry, man. I mean, I always on the plus side, man. If nothing else, I just at least reach out and be like, hey, man, look, whatever you're doing, do what you do, man. I mean, keep doing what you're doing, though. Keep it positive, if nothing else,
Oh yeah, most
because
definitely.
because the thing is, I am aware how easy it is to be like, you know what, it wasn't like this when I was doing X, Y, and Z.
Hey, hold on. There's somebody knocking on the back door. Let me open it right quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I know, right? Me too. That's just sad that left, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm back.
that's real life though. That is real life. Like I'm telling you, when you
Oh,
come
thank,
when you
thank,
come
thank you,
through
thank you, cowgirl. I appreciate that. Thank you.
when you come to the dope show, you're gonna hear real stories from real people, man. And that's one thing I love about my platform. There's no filter to this shit. You know what I'm saying? I put that sticker right there in that corner for a reason. Because you
Yeah,
gonna hear some real shit from some real people. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And that was crazy when when I reached out to you, and like I said, it had been some time had went by, and I was like, well, he dealing with something heavy, so I ain't finna pressure this brother. You know what I'm saying? We'll catch up when we catch up. You know what I'm saying? No big deal because we was supposed to be doing a show about music or sometime around then.
Yeah,
And then next thing I know, I hear your mom pass, and then in the midst of that, you catching a charge. I'm like, God damn, well, shit.
yeah,
So I mean, all come to all though. I mean, I'm glad you're in the position where you are now, to where it's like, if nothing else, you outside with us.
yeah, yeah. Most definitely, most definitely. I mean, I always put it like this: long as you free, you can make something happen.
These are facts. These are major facts, and that's a really positive way to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And in the long run and in the short term.
Yep.
Um, so this thing of yours, man, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, where do you see it going? Like, is there any shifting to where it becomes more of a neighborhood activist thing again, or is niggas just out here wilding and throwing flags now?
Put it like this here: you do got certain figures in Houston, far as all the gangs. You do got certain figures that be trying to get shit together. You know what I'm saying? That's trying to get shit together and unify shit or whatever. Because now we realizing, now we start a lot of us starting to realizing that we are not the real enemies. We are not each other's real enemies. We know who the real enemies are. The ones who like seeing us kill each other over that dumb shit. So you do got certain figures that's trying to bring shit together. Like I'm in a chat group of nothing but OGs from different sets in Houston. You know what I'm saying? And we converse and talk and trying to see how we can pull this shit together. And at the same time, we know we're gonna have those hard heads that even though we might be like, okay, it's unity time, you know what I'm saying, ceasefire, you know what I'm saying, peace treaty type shit. We know it's still gonna be those few young hot heads like, man, fuck them niggas. Them niggas took my home, you know what I'm saying? We know it's still gonna be them, so we trying to figure out a way to extinguish that. You know what I'm saying? Because we trying to the way we trying to do it across the board. We know we can't solve every problem, but we know we can knock a dent in it. We just got to get the shit organized right.
Understand. That's actually really, really soothing to hear. That, you know what I'm saying, it's brothers that, even though, you know what I'm saying, the stigma that comes with it is just all about violence and drugs, but no, it's like, no, brothers is like, no, unity.
Yeah, straight up. Like like I say, you got motherfuckers out here, bro, that'll wear a flag and throw up a sit, and them dudes doing some of the most positive shit you can see down here, bro. It'll trip some people out. Like, damn, they really out here feeding, or they really out here doing shit for the kids. They can really throw in a little party for the, like it's little shit going on that motherfuckers don't recognize.
Yeah. I remember watching a documentary one time. It was a brother that was a Latin king that was running for political office.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And so I mean, it's one of those things. It's not necessarily where you're from, it's where you at, as Rakim said. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Just because you started in one way of life, you move into another arena. Yeah, you might take parts of that with you, and you
yeah,
always gonna be who you gonna be.
yeah,
You always gonna be who you gonna be. So that part right there is, it's the inevitable. But at the
yeah.
same time, let's take what I got from this. It's like what Biggie said. We turn a negative into a positive. You know what I'm saying? I was telling a young man today about how, you might could be in a situation where you start off hustling on the illegal side, but then guess what? Some of the best hustlers I know are some of the best business owners I know.
Man, I've been saying that for years, man. Some of these dudes that have these drug organizations that be running these little drug organizations in the streets and shit. Now imagine if they took this same mind frame and same hustle and they were put in a position to run a business. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine the shit they can make happen. But it's like sometimes some of us ain't got that advantage, but at the same time, if you push hard enough, you can make it happen. It's just niggas gotta know that it's possible. A lot of niggas don't know that it's possible.
Right. And I tell anybody, yo, if you can grow weed or cook crack, you are a scientist.
Chemist, right there.
You are a chemist. You are a botanist, because marijuana is a very finicky plant. People,
Yeah,
that bitch is sensitive.
and it's a tedious process to grow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And we not gonna get started on the margin of error that comes with crack.
Oh man. Oh man. If you can fix that shit up and cook that shit up right, bro, you can go in somebody's lab with a beaker and a Bunsen burner and do some shit.
These are facts. I've
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah, yeah.
Groove, man. Let me ask you this: at where you are in life right now, that 12-year-old come up to you and say he want to get put down, what you got for him?
First of all, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Make sure you know all the consequences that come with this bullshit. And first of all, let them know that this shit comes with more losses than wins. Like you
Mm,
lose a lot of good people. You see mothers and kids crying. You know what I'm saying? Like it's shit that comes with this shit that you can't rub off once you get into it. So if you're thinking about getting into it, first think about the consequences, the shit you can be going through, and think about the people who love you, what they're gonna be going through if a slug goes through you or you catch a 50-year sentence. Think about them first. You know what I'm saying? Think about that shit
mm.
first, because this shit ain't all it's cracked up to be. To me, that ain't no real shit no more. That ain't no G shit to me. Real G shit is going ahead, going to school and getting your education and taking care of your family. That's G shit. That's G shit. That's real nigga shit.
That's it right there, man.
Game ain't
That's
the
it.
game ain't the game ain't the same no more. Niggas telling on you, your homies telling on you, and trying to rob you and trying to fuck your girl. No, it ain't the same no more.
Bruh, you ain't even gotta wear no colors for that shit to be going down. Like,
Yeah. So, yeah.
motherfucker, your girl ain't loyal no more. These niggas ain't either, man.
Yep.
And that's real shit right there. That's real shit, man. I'm gonna tie a bow on the night group. We gonna get in here and talk some music one day. We gonna get some more of the fellas in here.
Oh yeah.
I did share this to the Lyricist Lounge group, and I also shared it to your personal page, man. So
Yeah.
everybody's watching, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Before we get up out of here, man, what's your final words, final thoughts, and also if you want to be reached on social media or whatever, let these people know how to find you.
Hey man, my final thoughts is one thing, man. I'm gonna make a video about it later on though. But one thing, man, I just want to say final thoughts. Quit turning against the black man for the white man, man. Now, yeah,
Ooh.
all I gotta say is the Benzino and Eminem shit. I'm going to address it on my video or whatever. But just quit turning to get your people over a man that you literally heard say some racist shit. You know what I'm saying? That was brought to the forefront. But salute to Eminem too, because he can rap his ass out too. But and also shit, if y'all want to reach me, man, you already know Black Shaan 716 on Instagram, BLACCSHAAN 716 on Facebook is Sean Groove SHAANGROOVE. Y'all get at me. Same thing, Sean Groove on YouTube, man. Shit, y'all get at me, man. Everybody be blessed, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in.
No doubt, no doubt. And y'all definitely check out his YouTube channel. Definitely check out his YouTube channel. Because I think it came up in the conversation about the hottest group. The 100 hottest groups, and Outkast was number one. And I remember you put out a few videos and you put on a series on that. And I was just like, yo, we could definitely talk music, because you would think, okay, this brother, third ward Texas, all he knows about South shit. No. This
Wow.
this brother here, his library goes deep, and eventually you're gonna have to meet my boy Slim. He'll walk an encyclopedia. I'm sure he's watching. If he's not watching now, he'll definitely go back and rewatch this. But
Yeah.
yeah, Slim is my guy. Slim is a whole encyclopedia Britannica set on music. Is some phenomenal shit to witness if you have it. Appreciate everybody for stopping in. Appreciate everybody that jumped in the comments. Big shouts out to DD. Big shouts out to my LF. What's up with you? And my boy Scoot Jones in the building. Like I said, Max Mode is coming up in 2 weeks for all my gamers out there. I will be in the building for Max Mode. What else is going on? I mean, it's Atlanta. It's not hard to find shit going on here, but that's all I got going on. Like I said, dope merchandise is coming soon. It's coming your way. I got a new plug now. I still got my boy Jason Brown over at 710 Print Shop, but my brother Ansel Crown has been keeping me laced with this OTB merchandise. Also, um, thank y'all for coming out. It has been a minute. It's been a while, and this was a good part in the process of getting over losing my brother Larry Hodges, man. And I'm gonna constantly say his name because y'all not gonna forget this dude. I will not let you. So
R.I.P.
definitely, and this has been a big part of that process. That I haven't been live since the last live me and him did December 4th. So this is a big thing for me, and I appreciate everybody that stopped through, everybody that liked, commented. But the most important thing is hit that share button and let your peoples know about this good dope y'all got going on. So big shouts out to all y'all. On the social media, if y'all notice, they have all changed except for my personal pages. There's no more Dope Enterprise. They're all either Team OTB or Team on the Building. I think Instagram is Team on the Building, Facebook is Team OTB, and YouTube is yeah, YouTube is Team OTB. So YouTube is Team OTB, Facebook Team on the Building, Instagram Team on the Building. I know it's kind of lengthy now, but at the same time, that is just the new brand. That is actually it's not the new brand, it is the brand at this point. It is the brand. So big shouts out to y'all. Big shouts out to my brother Black Shaan, man. Yo, I salute you for coming through here and just you cleared up quite a few things for me. I'm sitting up here like, yo, I'll never watch Gangland again. I'm gonna call Black Shaan. He knows everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? For the most part, there could still possibly be meat on the table. So we could possibly revisit this show anytime.
Oh yeah, because like I say, I got a LA homie that want to clear, you know what I'm saying? They want to get down with you and clear up some shit too, far as LA goes. You know what I'm saying? So
Here
shit.
go here go the cool thing. I can get up to 6 people on the screen. Tell them come on through. We got it.
Okay,
Now
gotcha.
we're gonna have to do some real coordinate with these time zones because you were out behind me and he about 2 hours behind you.
Yeah,
So we're gonna do some coordinating with these time zones because one of us gonna be sunny and one of us gonna be pitch black by the end of this shit.
yeah. I'm gonna say because it's 11:06 there now, right?
Yeah, it's 11:06 here.
Yeah, it's 10 here. Yeah.
See, and this show actually started about 10 here.
And
So
I'm gonna say in LA, I think it's either 8 or 7 right now.
in LA it should be 8 o'clock. Well,
Yeah, yeah,
8:06.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we gonna coordinate these time zones, but yo, I'd love to have a homie on. This is it's all love. I got family in LA and you know what I'm saying? I've been out there. Boy, I almost didn't come back. LA is you've been to LA, correct?
Yeah, yeah. It's man, it's different. It's different. It's a
My
good different.
so you hearing what I'm thinking right now. Just know my
Exactly.
my cousin them had a homie that came from Memphis and went out there for the All-Star game. I showed up at the end of March going into April. You know he hadn't been home yet.
he
He had been
done,
home from Memphis
he done
yet.
found him a little chicken and everything. Probably just sitting
Dude,
down there.
and you know what? It's not hard there. It's
I
not
know.
hard. It's not hard to go to LA and not want to come back to wherever you from.
Yeah,
Word is ball, man. Word is ball. Yo, yeah, you right. Now that I'm up here talking about, I got to get back out there. At least one
yeah.
more good time. Goddamn. But yeah, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through, stopping through, man. Yo, I appreciate it, man. Follow me on the social sites at either Team On the Building or Team OTB. Just put it in the search bar. One of them will come up. Y'all will recognize the new logo. It looks just like the old NWO logo. And if you remember me, you know, it was all about that Wolfpack life, baby. But thank y'all for coming out. Thank you, Groove, for checking in with me, man. Like I said, yo, we got music to talk about, tons of shit. And yo, we are back. I am
Oh
back.
yeah, oh
This is
yeah,
this was like that I had to snatch the band-aid off and just run with it on this one. But I
yeah.
am back, people. So thank y'all for having me back, man. As I end every show, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity to pay to greatness. I am DJ Agony. That's my brother Black Shaan. This is Team OTB, and we are out. Peace.
Hmm.